Zuck and Facebook reported Q2 earnings, and I talked about it on my weekly live stream on the Patreon. The next video you'll see is a little bit edited footage of me discussing Facebook earnings, so hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of raw footage outside of the more highly edited stuff. Moving to Facebook, we talk about that. That came out today, and they also had a really good earnings report in terms of Q2 numbers. Came in at 361 versus 304. Also on revenue, they beat. Kind of expected a little bit with Snapchat beating, what was it? Was it last week? I think Snapchat reported. But ever since Snapchat reported huge growth in ad spending, pretty much all the plays, Twitter kind of got bump up. I mean, they reported the same day as Snapchat. Facebook already kind of had a run up. Pinterest kind of had a run up. So all these ad spending companies, and then Google also had a really good earnings. So ad spending is obviously back. It just shows the power that these companies that control the content, how much power they have over ad spending, because that's where all the eyeballs are. They're becoming bigger and bigger behemoths that you just cannot mess with. Now, the reason Facebook went down, they did in the earnings release, they talked about a deceleration in that growth. I mean, the revenue growth was 56% increase year over year versus last year. Now, the whole thing is the comparables in Q3 and Q4 will only get harder for these companies. And that's pretty much across the board for anyone that kind of got a COVID bump. Q3 and Q4 of 2021 will have hard comps to deal with. So they're kind of putting the foot on the brake pedal and saying, whoa, the revenue is not going to be growing this insane of a pace forever. I read something that the increase in revenue was the highest jump year over year since 2016. So that's a 5-year period where they actually broke a record. So obviously that's good. And so Q2 demolished, but the forecast is pretty much revenue will slow down a little bit. And across the board, pretty much if you look at the slides that they gave us, which is more about the daily active users or monthly active users, you see pretty much just that slow trend upwards across all of these things. And the big thing for the revenue growth, I think it was 46% of the revenue growth came from increase in the cost of ads. So the companies are paying more to deliver ads. So their revenue per user is going up across all of their different segments across the world, which is obviously good. And then they were only able to extract 6% revenue growth from serving more ads. So it's really the growth in revenue is more about companies just wanting to spend more money and fighting each other for the ad space because the ad space is becoming more valuable, which is obviously good for Facebook and Google and companies like that. So family daily active people going up across the board, users essentially is going up, which drives revenue. That's pretty much what I got out of this. And then the other nice thing to see, other than the growth across users and active users monthly or daily, is operating margin is still in these the 40% range, which, I mean, for a company, once you start getting like 50% operating margin, that's just like insane. That's like Visa level. Visa is one of the companies with the highest margins, but Facebook it seems like they're going for them. And then their tax rate is still pretty low for a company that's making billions and billions. Overall, I think the report was good, so I'm not really doing anything with my Facebook position. It is the largest position in the portfolio. We'll take a quick look right here. Right now, Facebook, I was just looking percentage of account, 8.5. I'm not really touching it because I think Facebook is still, within that fair value range, so just going to let it grow. Overall, the top and bottom line grew pretty good for Facebook, and I think the earnings overall was pretty solid. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf. Also, let me know in the comments below if you liked seeing kind of clips of these live streams, or would you prefer the more highly edited version of topics. Thanks for watching and have a great day.